are merged. Ooh, now that I finally have some time, I should go water my plants.
How could I have let this happen? If only I had a smart tech solution to help me keep my plants alive.
Now there is. I'm Matt Fowler, and together with my front end team, Alexa VanSchaardenburg and Daniel Cochico, and my back enders, Boston Lowrey, Austin Woods, Kim Bergstrom, and Miles Nottingham, I present to you Backyarder. I came up with the idea since I have killed an immeasurable amount of plants over the years, and I'd like to build my own change. So now I'm going to pass it over to Daniel, who will give us a demo of all the features we packed into this app to help you maintain a flourishing garden. Check it out!
Welcome to Backyarder, the ultimate gardening companion. On the left-hand side, we have a sidebar populated with dozens of different plant cards. Additionally, we also have a decor tab for other miscellaneous items that the user may wish to populate their gardens with. The user may also search for plants within our database. So I've searched for habanero peppers. In the center of our application, you'll notice a 10 by 10 grid. If it's a bit confusing at first, feel free to refer to our garden key. In this corner here, the user has left a bunch of empty cells for us. And empty cells are available for population, which means that we can actually take a plant from our sidebar and drag and drop it in. These plants can be rearranged to other empty cells. If the user is happy with a plant's placement, they can go ahead and plant it, which means that it can no longer be rearranged. And the user may also remove an item from the grid altogether, thus emptying the cell. And each plant has its own details page, stocked with several sets of instructions, as well as other useful information on the right. Now let's go ahead and return back to our garden. Oh, and we should notice that a bunch of our plants are pulsating orange, which means that they actually need to be watered. Now we can water them individually, or we can click on this button to water the entire garden, which will then turn them back to their green borders. We also have the option to remove any items that have been placed but not yet planted. So, for example, these habanero peppers, we can go ahead and clear those. And we also have the option to clear the entire garden, clicking on this button, if you need a fresh reset. And there you go.
The front end was designed in Canva, managed in GitHub, and we used Circle CI for continuous integration. The application was built in React using React Router, TypeScript, and Sass. Finally, it was tested in Cypress and deployed with continuous deployment in Vercel. In order to plan our application, we started with a mood board and a rough wireframe using Canva in order to determine MVP and what features we wanted to include. Then we moved to a more complex wireframe in Canva that allowed us to plan our application in detail, including all of the features that we wanted in our MVP, as well as what we might expand to in the future. This allowed us to create a complex component architecture, which allowed us to visualize how we would pass state around our application.
The core of our application is the Sinatra app written in Ruby. It serves as the central hub for all interactions. It directly communicates with SQLite for development and testing, allowing for quick and easy configuration. For production, we use PostgreSQL, which offers robustness and scalability. The Sinatra app also interfaces with a specialized data storage layer. This is where we store metadata about images, making it easier to manage and access this specific type of data. The Perennial API provides detailed plant information for 8 of our 9 endpoints, thereby enriching the features and capabilities of our service. For deployment and continuous integration and continuous deployment, GitHub Actions handles our continuous integration, ensuring code quality and automated testing. The app itself is deployed on Heroku, known for its ease of use and scalability. Our PostgreSQL database is deployed on Render, which offers fast and reliable database hosting.
Writing our app in TypeScript allowed us to detect errors early, even before running our code, and by explicitly defining data types for different variables, function parameters, props, and return values, we can be sure that our code is robust and reliable as we scale up. And a recent technical challenge our team encountered is implementing dynamic real-time watering alerts. This required plenty of troubleshooting, paired programming, constant communication, and outside-the-box thinking to resolve. And we're happy with the finished result.
The backend team's original idea was to go with Python, but with a lot of time spent on setup and small bugs leading to bigger bugs, we made a switch to Sinatra. Some of the benefits being it speeded up our development, simplified our backend app as a whole, and also allowed for a much quicker and smoother project completion. Some big challenges the backend team faced was deciding whether to switch frameworks or not. Lessons we learned included sometimes a big pivot is needed.
The 3 things that we would like to focus on next are user authentication so that we can have multiple user profiles allowing users to log in, create, build, and save their gardens. Additionally, creating a mobile version would make this app usable in nurseries and stores as users create their real-life gardens, and we could create push notifications for watering alerts. Finally, when we were initially planning this app, we had discussed a path to monetization. This could be either through a subscription to the app or more likely through in-app purchases for themed plants and decor. We're excited to continue working on Backyarder.